What's up, everyone? Welcome back to more Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Last time we left off, we started Chapter 2, and now we're going to do Middle. So this chapter is actually pretty short, because it's only Middle, and then End Part 1 and Part 2. So, oh yeah, we were kicked out of the investigation last time. What the heck? Recording this on the same day, in case you're wondering, because this game is addicting, man.
Mr. Edgeworth, just what happened yesterday?
Oh, whole day later, okay.
Those two people, their attitude was just unforgivable. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm here to clean up the mess you made.
It's the Koichi voice, in case you're wondering. Koichi? Kokichi, Zach. Come on, how do you not remember arguably one of your favorite games of 2017? I'd probably give it to Breath of the Wild, for favorite, but...
The Prosecutorial Investigation Committee has decreed that you will be taken off this case, and Sebastian has been appointed to take over the case. That is all.
Judge Courtney and Mr. DeBest, they were certainly ruthless. But what I'm more concerned about is... just what is the PIC thinking? I'm worried about what they will do from here on. I have a bad feeling about this. Do you steal my line? Harrison Ford comes out of nowhere.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, are you listening to me?
Yes, I'm listening.
You're not gonna give up on this case, are you?
No, I don't plan on backing down, not with the current situation as it is. If I were to silently stand by, that would only validate their claims, but I no longer have investigation rights. What should I do now? Hello? Hello, hello. Hi, I want to talk to you about your first night at the station. I didn't sign up for this. Sorry, you weren't the guy I was looking for. Can you, patch me through to the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza place? No. This isn't the 1930s. What are you talking about? Really, Zach? 30s? It'd be more like 50s. What is it, Detective come to you?
Bad news, sir. I heard something down at the precinct. It sounds like they've already arrested a suspect in yesterday's case.
What? Who is it?
I don't know yet, sir. But if we go down to the detention center, we can ask. Let's get going, Mr. Edgeworth.
Even if I can't investigate, meeting with the suspect should not be an issue. Alright, we're heading over to the detention center now.
I'll also head over on the double, sir.
Detective, won't that interfere with your job?
I gotta investigate the scene of the crime anyway, so it should be okay, sir.
Alright, we'll meet up with you there.
Roger, sir.
Let's go, Kay.
Okay.
What is with the lag in this game, man? I don't like it. I don't like the lag. Visitor's room.
He's not coming, is he?
He's not.
It's happening all over again.
Don't joke about that. No way. No way, I mean it. It's not happening. Yes, it's happening, alright. There's just someone here to talk to you. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be?
That sounds like a pretty screechy voice, huh?
Who it? No way, no way, no way, no way! Don't be so stubborn. Oh. Is this a guy or a girl? I can't tell. But aren't prosecutors like crazy scary or something? Oh, he's giving you a death glare? Looks like a guy to me. Pardon me, would you happen to be the suspect? Ah, I knew it! Okay, why does this man seem so distraught?
Well, because you're, you.
That doesn't help me at all.
Hello, Mr. Suspect. Would you mind talking to us for a little bit?
Who are you?
I'm Mr. Edgeworth's assistant, Kay Faraday. Well, it's just a part-time job. I'm just taking a vacation from my real job.
I don't remember hiring you.
This is Mr. Edgeworth. He's a prosecutor, but he's not as scary as he looks, so it's okay.
How rude. Really? Okay.
Really?
Really?
Anyway, can you tell us your name, Mr. Suspect?
Yeah, I'm Simon Keys? Simon Keys? I don't know, I can't think of a line.
Nice to meet you, Simon. You can just call me Kay, okay?
I'm Miles Edgeworth, prosecutor. I would appreciate a word with you.
Please, it's for your own good, Simon.
Really? Finally. It looks like we'll be able to get something out of him, thanks to Kay. First, I'd like you to tell me a little bit about yourself. No way, not that. I couldn't do that. Impossible. I'm not worthy. There's nothing interesting about me. Your occupation? No way, not that. It's no big deal, honest. Yeah, I'm just a regular employee. Good grief. Alright, well, how about the victim, Knightley? Oh. I don't think he's going to talk to me about this. Okay.
Simon, did you know Mr. Knightley from somewhere?
Knightley? Yeah, I did. He was a friend. A friend? So did he know that Knightley was arrested?
Did you know that Mr. Knightley was arrested?
Yeah, I came here to meet him. So we visited the detention center too. When was that?
When did you visit him here?
It was 2 days ago, in the afternoon. 9 in the afternoon. I received a call from the police, so I came over right away.
From the police? Why'd you get a call from the police?
It was a request from Knightley. He had a message for me.
A message?
Yeah, he wanted me to bring him his pocket-sized chessboard. So I retrieved it from his house and came here to give it to him. Did he say chessboard?
Did you say chessboard?
Is Kay stealing my thoughts?
No, Mr. Edgeworth. It's just written on your face. I was just guessing from your facial expressions. See? I can be a useful assistant, right?
So, do you know what we need to do next?
You bet. We gotta show that to Simon, right?
Correct. Let's present it and see how he reacts.
Do you recognize this chessboard?
Ah, it's Knightley's. Just as I thought. Ah, alright, so it is officially his now.
This was found near Mr. Knightley's corpse.
He always carried a chessboard with him. It's just like him to have one till his last breath.
It sounds like you two were really close, Simon.
Yeah, we were best friends. At least, I thought we were. But maybe I was wrong.
Huh?
Because I never imagined he would murder someone. Having someone close to you turn out to be a murderer. Reality can be so cruel. Aw, I feel bad for Edgeworth and Von Karma, because I was like... And especially because it was his dad, it was like, aw, it's sad. It's not something most people can easily accept. And I never imagined we would part ways like this.
Mr. Edgeworth, something's definitely strange here. There's no way Simon could have killed Mr. Knightley.
Indeed, I certainly can't see a motive at all. However, the fact remains that he was the one who was arrested on that charge. Just what was the justification for doing so? So, why were you arrested? I guess he still won't respond to me. Well, I don't know.
Looks like he's finally warming up to you.
Whew, that's a great help. This morning, a police officer barged into my house. And before I knew it, he had brought me here. Was there a prosecutor accompanying him at that time? I remember a prosecutor called, Best or something was there too. So, was that rookie prosecutor?
Then, I guess the police haven't dragged you into questioning yet, huh?
Are the police gonna interrogate me?
Yep, that's right. Because you're the suspect.
No way, no way, no way, no way. Aren't detectives like crazy abusive or something? Always bossing you around with their big bodies.
Detective Gumshoe is on the scene.
Ah! I knew it! Please don't beat me up. With your thick arms, I can't take it anymore. Someone call the police!
What's gotten into him, sir?
Well, it's because you're you, detective.
Huh? I don't get it, sir.
Haha, a little payback there.
I know Simon has to be innocent, Mr. Edgeworth. Can we do something?
Simon Keyes. Yes? You are Mr. Knightley's best friend. You only just met with him 2 days ago. You say you didn't kill him. Are you certain about this? Yes, I am. I wouldn't harm a fly. I see. That's enough for me. I shall offer my assistance in proving your innocence. What's the point in helping little old me? It's not just for you. This case, I have a personal stake in it as well.
That's right. We gotta get back at those two from yesterday. Yeah, I'm fired up, sir.
but I don't have any investigation rights at the moment. Since I won't be able to obtain information myself, your role is most vital. I'm sure we can rely on you to fill in any holes in the information we have. Help us. Help us help you. That's all I ask.
Ah, I just had an idea. Why don't you just borrow a defense attorney's badge, sir? Come on, there's no way Mr. Edgeworth could do that. This isn't the time to be joking around. But I wasn't joking. Helping the suspect is a defense attorney's job, pal. Jeez, don't worry about that. It doesn't matter what Mr. Edgeworth's job is. All we gotta do is find the real murderer. So, let's get moving. Okay, pal.
I'm sure you understand, but if the investigation results prove that you are the murderer, no hard feelings, but I will show no mercy. But you don't need to be scared. I believe in your story, at least for now. All you need to do is believe in us and wait patiently. There's nothing to fear. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must be off. He doesn't seem like a bad guy, but I think there's more to him than what we're saying right now.
So, we're all fired up and ready to go. But we still can't enter the part of the prison where the murder occurred. If you can't investigate, the only thing you can do now is defend him in court, sir. How are we supposed to do that? We can't!
Huh? Yeah, that's what I thought. If it isn't Prosecutor Edgeworth, it's Mary Gang. What are you guys doing here? I think I kind of settled on this voice wrong.
Did you come in to harass Mr. Edgeworth again, pal?
What are you talking about, big guy? Uncle Ray's just here to do his job.
Your job? Oh yeah, you're a defense attorney, right?
Okay, you're as cutiful as ever. Cutiful? I might not look it, but your Uncle Ray's a hotshot defense attorney. I'm here to meet with a new client today. What was his name again? Shy Monkeys or something? Oh. Shy, I don't know. No, I don't know what the point.
You mean Simon Keyes?
That's it, Kay. Looks like you know the deal.
Mr. Edgeworth, he's the defense attorney.
I thought as much. Guess we have no choice but to resort to that method. In the past, whenever I had to investigate cases I was not placed in charge of, I was able to gain access by becoming a subordinate to whomever was in charge. Not my preferred option, but it's the only one I have now. Mr. Shields, if I may ask... By the way, I don't take on sidekicks. I refuse to take on male assistants who lack charm, especially someone who is like a son to Von Karma. Mr. Shields, as I thought, you won't forgive me so easily. Mr. Shields, I understand that you cannot forgive me for what I've done. I am also fully aware of your hatred towards those involved with Von Karma. I don't know if you'll believe me, but I am no longer the same as I was back then, back when I idolized Von Karma.
Yeah, pal, Mr. Edgeworth is a changed man. Sure, he may have been a cruel and inhuman prosecutor in the past, but now, he's completely different, pal.
When you put it that bluntly, it kinda hurts.
That's right, Mr. Edgeworth's not a bad guy anymore. I wouldn't even call him a prosecutor. He's more like, a hero, yeah. He even helped me in that big case last month.
A hero? That's some pretty big talk there, Missy.
He's a magnificent hero, although he'd be no match for a great thief like me.
Mr. Shields, don't the actions of the PIC appear strange to you? I believe there may be something else hidden behind this case. I can't afford to quit at this juncture. Please let me help you with the investigation. I am begging you. Never expected you to grovel like this. Sure looks like you've changed, alright. And I'm kinda interested in the cause of all this. You're interested in what changed me? If I had to say, it would probably be the courtroom itself. All the experiences I've had and all the people I've met inside the courtroom. And perhaps reuniting with my old friends. Never expected you, of all people, to change. Who would have thought that you'd lay open your heart like that? I'm sure that man would be surprised as well. Guess I can't turn you away. It may be long overdue, but allow me to properly reintroduce myself. If you'd be so kind as to read this.
Edgeworth Law Offices, Raymond Shields. head attorney? Edgeworth?
Mr. Shields was an assistant to my deceased father, Gregory Edgeworth.
Really? Your father was a defense attorney? So that means that man Mr. Shields talked about is...
Correct. My cute little K, Prosecutor Edgeworth's old man. I never changed the name of the firm. It's my way of showing my appreciation for his help. Prosecutor Edgeworth. No, wait. Miles. Uncle Ray doesn't fully trust you just yet. It may have been temporary, but the fact remains. You were once a disciple of Von Karma. You say that you've changed, but you'll need to prove it to me with your actions. Wait. Even your old man would have wanted it this way. Yes, I understand. Alright, I'm getting tired of all this stuffy talk, so let's give it a rest and move on. For now, I'll make you my temporary assistant. How does that sound? I'm sorry to trouble you. But this outcome is kind of moving, yeah? The prodigal son returning to work in his late father's law firm.
What about me? What about me?
Of course, you can help too, Kay.
Alright, thanks a lot, Mr. Shields. I mean, boss.
Now then, let's get right to work. Let's see, first off, what do you think we should do, Miles? That's right. I had some unfinished business yesterday. So it wasn't the victim, but rather it was the first person to discover the body who screamed. So who was the first person? Why don't we find them and listen to what they have to say? Yeah, that's it. Uncle Ray thinks so too. Upbeat as always. I love Ray. He is such an interesting character so far. Honestly, these games are so good at introducing good main characters. Like, holy crap. Even in Apollo Justice, the main characters were so good. Like, this man, Shu, I always forget, is it Takumi or Takemi? I'm sorry, I forgot your name. You are a genius when it comes to writing good main characters. Like, holy crap. Okay, with that decided, let's hurry up and grill him.
Sir, what am I supposed to do? Detectives can't help defense attorneys.
I can't just leave him be. Detective, I will give you a special assignment. I want you to assist Mr. DeBest in his investigation and follow his orders. And then, if you discover anything useful, I want you to share it with us. Detective, this is a job that only you can do. Can we count on you?
Yes, sir. Leave it to me. I'm really good at leaking investigation reports to defense attorneys.
Normally, that would be a problem for me, but it may come in handy this time.
Trust me, I did it so many times to Phoenix by accident, like holy crap, I'd be like, and then this happened, and here, just take the autopsy report, man, why not?
Alright, let's get moving, shall we? Time to go to jail. Eat free, live free in prison. I'm a horse, hello! Oh god, I can talk! Kill it! Now then, where's the person who first discovered the body? For now, all we can do is ask around. Oh, right there! No, wait. I'm sorry, who are you?
Hold it right there.
Who is this woman?
Oh, you're simply irresistible.
Huh? Do you mean me?
Very nice indeed. What an elegant mustache.
It's a pleasure to meet you, mademoiselle. Defense attorney, Ray Shields, at your service. How about we exchange greetings with a hug?
Oh, but of course.
Uncle Ray's lips.
Proper greetings should begin with a hug and a kiss. It's almost like it was stolen from him.
Yes, a remarkable feat of quickness that would put a great thief to shame. I feel that close contact is very important. This goes for my family here in my home as well. No, I just have a instinct. Quite a splendid way of thinking there. I am the warden, Patricia Rowland. But please, just call me Patty. The warden? So she's in charge of the prison and detention center. Nice to meet you. I'm Miles Edgeworth. I'm Mrs. Shields' assistant. Pardon me for asking, but were you here in the prison yesterday? But of course, yesterday was a day that I wouldn't have missed for the world. Wouldn't have missed for the world? Did you have some kind of important meeting? Oh heavens no! I despise meetings! It was animal show, of course. A wonderful spectacle featuring animals dancing and flying through the air.
I always see it along with everyone else in our home. We're one big happy family. We built a special stage in the courtyard just for this performance.
A performance for the prisoner's enjoyment. Yesterday, Albert mentioned some kind of recreation. I suppose the animal show is what he was referring to. When did this show take place?
It started at 8 a.m. and ended around 10 a.m.
That's exactly when the body was discovered.
A body has been discovered!
Sorry, Danganronpa, just edging its way into my life. So whoever saw the show would probably have an alibi.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I must be going. I have business to attend to. Please take your time and have a look around our home.
Hold it! No, okay, I was waiting for it.
So, where should we start, Mr. Edgeworth?
There was a prisoner who heard the scream from the person who first discovered the body. Let's start by talking with him. Okay, first off, is this Polly? They're not gonna let me examine it? Oh, why? Where's the person who first discovered the body right now? Around this time, I think he should be in the workroom in the back. The workroom? I should go take a look. Thank you, friend. Oh, is that a normal pig, I guess? Guinea pigs are a lot smaller.
Hello? Is this occupied?
Okay, that's not a restroom. Hey, guard, do you have a minute?
Sir, what is it?
Is anyone using that workroom right now?
Presently, there was one prisoner working inside. I'm positive he's been in there since the noon roll call.
We would like to ask the prisoner a few questions. If that is acceptable?
Yes, sir. I will bring him out, so please wait a moment.
It's like, my first thing is like, what if Gant comes out and he's like, so, Edgeworth, my boy. He's like, no, I'll leave this to you, Miles. What do you mean? Because I don't know what kind of scary guy will come out of that room.
Mr. Shields, you're a scaredy cat? Even though you're an adult?
Same to you, Kay. Here he comes. He's gonna be like the weakest pushover. No! Why you? Oh, it's Sawit from the first case.
Oh, good day to you, sirs. Are you the ones who requested my presence?
Doesn't seem like a dangerous criminal. My name is Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecutor.
A prosecutor? Is that right?
I'm Ray Shields, a defense attorney. Mr. Shields, his demeanor completely changed once he saw who we were dealing with. Sorry about that. My assistant says strange things sometimes. He's not a prosecutor, just my assistant. Hey, get your act together, Miles. I guess I messed up. I forgot about my new job.
No wonder I thought you were different from the prosecutor who visited me yesterday.
Looks like he's already spoken to the best. May I ask you a few questions?
Oh yes, of course you may. My name is Frank Sawit.
Get it? Because he saw the murder. Twice. Psh. Okay, go for it, Miles. I guess I'll be asking the questions after all. Mr. Sawit, you're aware of the murder that occurred here yesterday, correct? Where were you when the body was discovered?
I was in this room where I had been working.
What kind of work?
Well, my goal is to become a pet groomer.
An animal beautician, so to speak.
Oh yes, I was inside cultivating my skills.
In any other prison, such training would be unheard of.
That was all. Honestly, I didn't see a thing.
Why did he say that? I haven't even asked him anything yet.
Which is why, sad to say, I won't be any help to you.
Mr. Sawit, I haven't asked you anything yet.
No, wait, that's... even if you were to ask, I would not...
You know something, don't you?
That's...
It seems he's indeed hiding something. Let's try to press it out of him. Mine chest. Come on. Yes! I love this game. First, let's assess the layout of the board. My opponent's condition is...
Oh, alright, 3. I'm afraid I didn't see a thing, so I won't be any help to you.
This man's expressions do not change much. It's a true poker face. It may be difficult to read his emotions from his body language. Perhaps I should focus on how he phrases his words. It may reveal what's on his mind. Now, for the opening move, I'll start by asking about who this man is. Even if he hides his emotions, if I push the right buttons, I'm sure I'll cause a change. Logic chess, begin! Are you involved with this case? Are you referring to the murder that occurred inside this prison? I had nothing to do with it at all. Is that true? I would never dream of being involved in a murder plot. How should I put it? I'm an upright model citizen after all. Common sense tells me an upright model citizen would have never ended up behind bars. Well, that is... Tell me what you know about the incident. I already told you. I don't know a damn thing. Oh, I really don't know anything. I apologize from the bottom of my heart for that outburst. But I'll be of no assistance. Pardon my rudeness. It's just that the murder occurred in this rather confined prison. It seems unnatural that you do not know anything about it. Oh, natural? Is that so? If you're looking for the person who discovered the body, you should try someone else. Here we go. How did you know we were looking for the person who discovered the body? I don't recall saying a word about that. Are you sure you don't know anything? No, it was merely a hunch I had. I'm a humble pet groomer in training. I honestly have no recollection of the murder. I am positive this man is hiding something. For my next move, I'll ask him about his movements on the day of the murder. Alright. This man has suppressed his emotions. I will expose his true nature hidden beneath that suspicious smile. Let's talk about what happened on the day of the murder. If you truly had nothing to do with it, there shouldn't be a problem, correct? Oh, well... on the day of the murder, there was a lot going on. What about the state of the prison? What was the state of the prison at the time? I don't remember it too well. My memory is rather poor. Oh, god dang it, every time. Maybe try another line of attack. Tell me what you were doing on that day. As I mentioned earlier, I was cultivating my skills as a groomer in training. I was trimming the coats of the animals at the time. Didn't the murder cause a panic? I imagine the entire prison must have been in an uproar. Well, but there was no panic. I could even hear someone's voice. Someone's voice? Judging from the circumstances, I suppose it was a scream that you heard. So do you have a recollection? So you do have a recollection of the murder? Keep insisting that you know absolutely nothing about the murder. But you do not give credence to your claims. Oh. Well, I thought I heard someone's voice, but in any case, I don't remember it very well. The scream at the time of the murder might be a clue. I better keep that in mind. Okay. Let's try using that clue. You don't remember? Ridiculous. Didn't you say earlier that you heard a scream? That wasn't... I could very well be mistaken. At any rate, I honestly do not remember. You still do not remember? Enough with your lies. I ain't lying, you... I mean, I'm telling the truth. In any case, I was absorbed in grooming the animals. By the way, how skilled would you say you are in animal grooming? My technique with the scissors still needs some work, but I'm very confident in my handling of the animals. When the animals became frightened, I calmed them with my gentle hands. Frightened? Why would the animals have become frightened? I don't think that's a common occurrence. Well, that's a good thing, isn't it? There we go. Perhaps the reason they were frightened was because of someone's scream? Why are you trying so hard to hide the fact that there was a scream? Are you concealing some vital information from me? I'm doing nothing of the sort. It's true that I heard some sort of scream, but I was not trying to hide it. He's starting to show his true colors. I should be more aggressive with my next move. Ask him about the scream. Alright. It's time to give him a taste. of the futility of keeping a secret from me. Do you know who the scream belonged to? Well, I was mistaken. When the incident occurred, I just happened to be in the courtyard. That's why I did not hear the scream.
What is wrong with me?
When did you hear the scream? But that's it. I just remembered. At the time of the murder, there was an event going on. It was the animal show. I had gone there to see it. So you're saying that since you were watching the show, you did not hear the scream? That's completely different from everything you've said up until now. Shut up! So what if it is? I mean, my memory is just so hazy. The animal show was very enjoyable. What kind of animals performed in the show? Well, I believe I saw a whale. You liar. You didn't see the animal show at all. Oh, well, that is... I sort of saw it, and I sort of didn't. I didn't see the show. This could be a clue. Let's try using that clue. Just how deep are you going to dig your pit of lies? It's obvious that you did not see the animal show. There's no way out of this. Tell me what really happened. Confess everything you know about the scream. I cannot answer what I cannot answer. I didn't hear the scream from the person who discovered the body. That's strange. Normally, if you hear a scream during a murder, it's usually from the victim. Why would you think the scream was from the person who discovered the body? My mistake. How? How did you know the scream was from the person who discovered the body? Well, that's because... You're the one who got murdered. You're the one who found the body. Here we go. Allow me to answer for you. That is because you're the one who discovered the body. And the scream that was heard when the murder occurred, bars, didn't come from the victim. It came from you when you discovered the body. Boom! K.O. Just who do you think you are? It's just as you say, but what gives you the right to do this? Checkmate. Logic chess complete. Whoa. It's now clear who discovered the body. You have no more reason to withhold your testimony, correct? Very well, I'll tell you. But I doubt my testimony is worth hearing. Whether or not it is worth hearing is for me to decide. I will expose the truth in my own hands. That is my sole duty.
I think you're a little off there, Mr. Edgeworth.
What do you mean?
We're not trying to expose the truth, we're trying to save Simon. Isn't our goal to help our clients? I mean, you're not a prosecutor right now. You're a defense attorney's assistant.
Well said there, Kay. She's right on the money, Miles. The official task of the Edgeworth law offices is to defend our clients. Your old man, who founded the firm, truly valued the bonds he had with his clients. So, if you're not willing to do the same, maybe you aren't cut out for this job. I don't want to fire you on the spot either, so have a heart, okay? The heart of a defense attorney, huh? In any case, it's important that we hear the testimony of the person who discovered the body. Start talking, Mr. Sawat, and tell me what happened when you found the body. When I found the body, I was in the workroom over there practicing my skills. By some chance, I got curious about the adjacent workroom and went up to that door. I peeked in through the window on the door. Then I saw him lying there, a man, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself letting out a scream. Okay, that sounds weird. If I may confirm one thing. You were in the room, right next to the one where the dead body was found. Within the prison, we call it Workroom B. And you were in there the whole time on the day of the murder? Yes. After the 7 a.m. roll call, I remained inside the whole time. In this prison, we have roll call 3 times a day. At 7 a.m., noon, and 9 p.m. And they check the workrooms during those times too. Exactly.
I see. So during the 7 a.m. roll call, there was nothing amiss. And Knightley's body was not in the workroom yet. Okay.
So it sounds like the murder occurred after 7 a.m., huh? And that's right when the animal show started.
Correct! The other prisoners went to see the animal show. Meaning, anyone who did not see the show does not have an alibi. Do you understand what I'm saying, Mr. Solid? Yes, that is certainly true. However, I merely discovered the body. His testimony is a clear contradiction. I should press him about that first. I think it's the fact that he says he didn't go in the room, yet there's a glove from him there. That doesn't make any sense, right? Unless we're like, nope, that's not it at all. And the fact that he's like, I got curious about the other room. There we go. Ah, you're a fool. Mr. Sawat, please stop telling such feeble lies. You don't seem to understand your position. My position? I used to be a newspaper salesman. Then I took up the pet groomer training. What about that bracelet on your wrist? It proves that you are unmistakably a prisoner. And as long as you wear that bracelet, you should not be able to move around as you please. As soon as you went through the door, the sensor would have sounded the alarm. Oh, that is... Peeking into the adjacent room is impossible, when you couldn't even leave the one you were in. Ugh!
Ooh-wee, nice one, Miles. That was a real humdinger. But does that mean Mr. Sawat didn't see the body?
I'm not sure. Perhaps we should let the man himself explain it to us. Huh? You see, that is, well, forgive me. It appears my previous explanation was lacking. I shall clearly explain how I was able to see the body. Very well, let us hear your revised testimony.
When I found it, part 2.
This is a rather well-known technique among the prisoners here. If the hand with the bracelet stays in the room, you can step out without sounding the alarm. That's how I was able to peek into the adjacent room. The moment I realized that the man inside was dead, I let out a scream. So that means... he kept his arm inside workroom B while he peeked into the adjacent room. I'd appreciate it if you didn't mention this to anyone, especially the guards, okay? Was that what he was trying to hide earlier? I should try asking him for more details about a few other things as well. Why would you do something so troublesome and potentially dangerous? I heard a noise coming from the adjacent room. It seemed odd to me, as there should not have been anyone inside. So you peeked into the adjacent workroom as soon as you heard the noise? Yes, of course! I peeked in as soon as I could. I see. Is there a problem with that statement? So you looked into the adjacent room immediately after you heard the noise. If that was true, then you should have seen more than just a dead body. You should have seen the person who made the noise. That is, well...
He looks really shaken.
Mr. Sawat, answer me. What did you really see? If you intend to remain silent, I will have no choice but to assume that you are complicit to the murder. Sorry. Oh, please forgive me. It's just that I couldn't even believe what I saw myself. It may have just been a dream. I hesitate to even recall it. Tell me what happened. Very well. I will be frank with you. I saw a dog. It was a nightmarish scene. A large black dog was biting into the neck of the victim. What did you say? It was a truly hellish scene. That dog killed him! Oh, I think I'm gonna be sick. That's some grade A trauma right there. I was chilled to my very core, let out a shriek. A man-eating dog inside this zoo of a prison. Can we defend the dog? I didn't do it, Edgeworth. Please, you need to protect me. I got it, dog. I will protect you to the very end. Thank you. That was everything I saw. Do you believe me now? Yes, I do. I doubt one would be able to lie about something like that. Would you add that to your testimony? Certainly. The moment I realized that the man inside was dead, I let out a scream. To my horror, there was a black dog biting his neck. A black dog was biting the victim's neck. Yes, blood came pouring out, and as a result, the dog's mouth became stained with it. Stop! You don't need to get that detailed. At that time, was the victim...
Mr. Edgeworth, why'd you ask him that?
Okay, why'd you hit Uncle Ray? The man did not even flinch. He must have been dead already. The blood continued to gush from his neck. He most likely had passed away already. His hands moved nary an inch. Way too much detail. Are you doing this on purpose? Certainly not. I'm just trying to give an accurate testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, shall I add that statement to my testimony? If you would. It was terrifying. A truly terrifying sight. Most likely had passed away already. His hands moved nary an inch. That was a very vivid testimony. That is because I witnessed it up close, relatively speaking. I could feel the anguish he suffered in his death.
Mr. Edgeworth, I won't be able to sleep tonight.
Really? How terrible.
Oh, come on. It's all because of you that my mind is filled with scary thoughts.
I may even have nightmares myself. Even now, I can still remember everything clearly. Ring with a snowflake insignia, full of red, with no purpose but to catch my eye. Friend? How could you have seen that from a window? A ring with a snowflake insignia? Yes, that is correct. It was clearly engraved on the surface. I see. Your testimony is very accurate, but it's a little too accurate if you ask me. And what's wrong with being accurate? You state that you saw a ring with a snowflake insignia engraved into it. And it is true that the victim was wearing such a ring. See? Was I not correct? That is not the issue I have with your testimony. Take a look at this picture. As you can see, the right hand is covered by a sheet. It should not have been possible for you to see the engraving on the ring, unless you had approached the body and lifted up the sheet for yourself. He said you only looked into the workroom through the door, and yet he gave such a detailed account of what you saw. What do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Acting all high and mighty? I'm telling you, I saw what I saw. Oh, the victim must have moved his arm after I saw it. I don't think so. You said as much earlier. The man did not even flinch. He must have been dead already. The victim was already dead. How would he have been able to move his arm? This guy's looking pretty suspicious now, yeah? Frank saw it. What are you hiding, you scoundrel? Oh, no, I ain't. I'm not. That is... You're wrong. I know what I saw. Shut up already! Stop making a fuss about every little thing I say! You're just a defense attorney's assistant! He has finally shown his true self. Whoa! Guess the cat's out of the bag. A black hairy one at that. Just went flying. I'm just your friendly neighborhood witness! Are you really just a witness? I would say that you are rather suspicious. What was that? You saw something that could not have been seen from the outside of the room. How is that possible? The logic behind it is simple. Mr. Sawat, this is where you saw the body from. I'm not even gonna save. When you discovered the body, you went inside the room where it laid. Since you saw the engraving on the ring, that is the only possibility. Even if you say that, you ain't got no evidence, do ya? Where's the evidence that shows I was in that room? I was grooming pets at that time. In the room adjacent to where the body was found. I even went so far as to borrow some rubber gloves. Show me the evidence that proves I was in the room when the body was found. You just said it yourself, friend. Ah, you're a fool. Mr. Sawat, what were you doing when the body was discovered? Didn't I tell you already? I was practicing being a pet groomer. I see. In that case, do you happen to recognize this glove? Oh, that's... This was found near the body. It is believed to have been dropped by the culprit. By the way, I noticed that you also have a rubber glove hanging out of your apron pocket. No, this is something else. It looks like you're missing one of your gloves.
You can find gloves like these anywhere in the prison. Your evidence proves nothing. Perhaps we should hand this glove over to the police for fingerprints. I'm certain they will find some interesting results. Oh! That was the thing from Apollo Justice where it would do the boo, boo, and it'd be like, it's over. What the? Pretty cool, right? My objection voice. Mr. Shields, could you save the jokes for later? I'm not joking, because it's not over yet. There's still something else. Something that's clearly odd. That guy's a prisoner, you know? He's got the bracelet and all.
That's right. How did he get to the other workroom? The sensor would have set off the alarm, right?
He's right. That's the only thing we don't know yet. Not so fast, Mr. Prisoner. Could you fill us in? That's pretty weird. The bracelet should have been his last line of defense.
Defense?
That's right, Kay. It was useful evidence for Mr. Prisoner here. He could claim that due to the bracelet, he wasn't able to enter the room. But he didn't say a word about it. Is there any reason why he didn't? The silent treatment, eh? Well, the judge yesterday did say that silence is golden.
Wow, you really are a hotshot defense attorney, Mr. Shields.
Defense attorneys always remain calm in a pinch and smile in the face of danger. That's what your old man taught me. The defense attorney's creed, yeah? So, what's the deal? Why didn't you mention anything about the bracelet? The truth is, it's broken. Broken? Some time ago, I took a spill and the bracelet hit the floor with a loud bang. Ever since then, it's not been able to activate the sensor. Forgive me, it was so convenient, I didn't want to report it. I see, so the bracelet was broken. Did it really break so easily? If that is true, then there is a problem with the prison security. You over there, may I have a moment? Here, kitty kitty, you're such a cute little guy. Yes, you are, meow. Excuse me. Yes, what can I do for meow? Did you just make a Super Trooper reference? This prisoner's bracelet appears to be broken. What? Really? That's not good at all. I'll contact the person in charge and have it replaced immediately. Thank you. I'll be holding on to the broken bracelet for the time being. Yes, sir. Please take care of it. Why do you want me to take care of a broken bracelet? It's broken, man. Now the bracelet's been taken care of, shall we move on to arresting you for murder? What? Perish the thought. I didn't kill anyone. But your bracelet was broken, right? Doesn't that mean you could have gone anywhere you wanted during the animal show? But all I did was find the body, honest! It is true that I saw the dog biting his neck. However, I entered the workroom after the dog had left. Why did you do that? Well, it was just, I was curious if he had anything of value on him. So he was planning to loot the corpse. That's why he remembers Knightley's ring so well.
Why are you looking at me, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm a great thief. Please don't put me on the same level as him.
But I didn't take a thing. The animal show had ended and the other prisoners were making their way back down here. I hurried back to my workroom and let out a scream to deceive the others. Sorry, that's to decisive the others. And I was like, what? And that's when you dropped the rubber glove. I guess his story holds up. What do you think, Miles? Whether he is the murderer or not, one big question remains. How did Knightley get all the way from his holding cell to the prison? You're right about that. It's a real stumper. And there's something Mr. Sawbuck said in his testimony that I'm very concerned about. If that dog had any part in the murder... Mr. Sawbuck, yes, what is it? Were there any other prisoners who didn't see the animal show? Yes, there was only one other that I know of, and this prisoner wouldn't have been able to see the show even if he wanted to, correct? Yes, that's correct. Why do you ask? Just as I thought. I had my suspicions as soon as I saw that black dog, that fiendish criminal. I never expected him to be held here in this prison. Ooh. Where is his cell? Do you intend to meet him?
Him? Who's him?
He's a very special man. He receives very special treatment and... Oh, forgive me. I need to watch what I say about him. However, if you value your lives, I would advise you to stay away from him.
Hey, cut it out already. You're giving me the creeps.
A puppet master in the shadows, huh? Yeah, I still value my life. He's being held in the special cell. Over there, in that direction. Special cell. It certainly seems like he receives special treatment. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be?
So just who is this him anyways?
To protect my own life, all I can tell you is that he's the oldest prisoner here. My deepest apologies. I can't say any more. He is truly terrifying.
Care to fill me in? Feels like you're leaving Uncle Ray behind here.
He's someone I knew in the past. Let's head for the special cell. I believe that black dog should be there as well. If you don't show me who it is, I will actually murder you. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Is it someone? If it's someone new, I'm gonna be a little bit disappointed, but whatever.
Hey, it's pitch black in here. I can't see a thing at all.
Aren't you always talking about how the Yatagarasu is able to flap even in the darkest night?
Even in the depths of night, when no other bird dares to take flight. One alone soars to shine, the light of righteousness on the world's blight. And that one is me, for I am the great thief, Yatagarasu! Oh, that was pretty cool. But still, I can't see what I can't see. I'm still just a human. Ick!
Ah! Mr. Edgeworth, I presume. That voice can only be... It's been far too long. So you still remember me? It would be impossible to forget, because it was you who did what none could do. You placed me here in this cell.
Don't tell me that the dog is talking to you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Is there someone else there? I can't see anything, though. Down, boy. It is rude to frighten the visitors. Here, allow me to illuminate this dark room. I don't know who this is. I know, I guess I'll just give him the standard evil voice. For a second there, I was like, oh my god, is it gonna be Gant? Is it gonna be Gant? Because I was, why won't they ever bring him back?
Such noisy visitors.
I'll give him the Winston Payne voice, I guess.
From the voices and footsteps, two more in the back. That'd be rude not to introduce myself. I'm called Siren Doggin. Mr. Edgeworth and I, we're old acquaintances.
This man is a former assassin. A blind assassin. Siren Dogan. His weapons are sharp knives and a ferocious dog. His appearance is always accompanied by the sound of a bell. It is said that the ringing of this bell in the darkness is the last sound his victim hears.
Would you be so kind as to share the reason why you have come, Mr. Edgeworth?
That will not be necessary. You are already well aware of why we are here.
It seems we know each other quite well.
We suspect your dog of committing the murder. The witness who discovered the body saw him biting it.
There must be some mistake. My boy is obedient. He would never do such a thing, right, Anubis? Good boy, good boy, good boy.
Anubis may be your guide dog, but you raised him to be a vicious killer. He was one of the weapons you used as an assassin.
To begin with, is the witness of a reliable sort?
It's true that Solvent is also one of the suspects, and it's difficult to say if we can trust his testimony.
In any case, I think you have the wrong dog, right, Anubis? Right, boy?
I wonder if he knows who the witness is. I would like to hear your alibi from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. yesterday morning.
During the animal show? I was in my humble cell the entire time. I took up whittling recently. My focus was solely on the wooden chisel in my hands.
Prisoners have free access to chisels here. Normally, that's not allowed.
The warden is a kind soul. She's given me special permission.
Kind. Ridiculous. Even 5 metal chisels would become deadly weapons in his hands.
I started out by carving these Buddha statues, but I moved on to the other shapes after the 674th. Really? That many? All it takes is time, which I have plenty of. Here is what I am working on now.
I did not know that you played chess.
Do you play as well, Mr. Edgeworth? I would like to test your wits in a game sometime. I only started playing since my arrival here, so I'm still inexperienced.
What is this piece? It's a 3-headed dog.
Just for the fun of it, I carved this hound piece. Chess is a game of war, pawns, knights, and castles. Each side pushing their force to the limits to take the life of their enemy's king. However, I found the absence of dogs to be strange. Hounds are an indispensable part of warfare, but it is nothing more than folly. I still play by the normal rules of chess.
Isn't it difficult for you to find opponents here in prison?
I always play correspondence chess.
Correspondence chess. So you play chess through the mail.
Prisoners are allowed to send and receive letters, although they're subject to inspection. At the moment, I'm waiting for my opponent's next move.
So he plays chess with people outside of this prison. Do you know who was murdered?
It was Horace Knightley, a most unfortunate lad.
Your ears are as sharp as ever.
They're all I can rely on.
As I thought, he has full knowledge of everything that goes on in this prison.
On second thought, he might be fortunate after all.
Fortunate? How so?
He committed a grave crime, but he was able to avoid punishment for it. An assassination attempt on the president? What a bold man.
Assassination attempt.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, didn't Mr. Knightley just...
He may have killed his own superior, but he never attempted to take the president's life. Are they trying to conceal the fact that the assassination was staged by the president? Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hold your horses! Knightley didn't attack the president, but Uncle Ray was requested to defend him in court on charges of attempted assassination.
You didn't know either, Uncle Ray? So, they're trying to pin the whole thing on Mr. Knightley?
Now I see why the PIC is taking action.
Ah, so that's why they removed you from the case.
That DePest guy was going to indict him on charges of attempted assassination.
And in doing so, they would have twisted the truth. I suspected it was a false charge. I heard about it from one of the guards, about Knightley. He kept desperately insisting I didn't assassinate anyone.
The court's supposed to bring the truth to light.
I may not be well versed in law, but I can say one thing for certain. Some of the prisoners here were convicted on false charges. Ugh. That's the reality of it. Right, Anubis? Right, boy? Leaving the truth in the care of a court can be dangerous.
Leaving the truth in the care of the court is dangerous. Huh. There was someone who said the exact same thing before. Detective Bad? An investigator from Interpol who doesn't trust prosecutors. Oh, or Lang. I guess that works too. You're not twisting the truth behind those closed courtroom doors too, are you? Fueled by those ideas, is it any wonder that court produced nothing but falsities and lies? Rest assured, the next time we meet, I won't be so forgiving. I doubt his distrust is cleared up completely.
You feel the same way, don't you, Anubis? The truth of the courts and Mr. Edgeworth's reasoning both can't be trusted, right? It is nothing to be upset about. You're not the only one who suspects me. Yesterday, the other prosecutor and that judge came here too. They brought the warden along. How they despise me. Oh, must have been those two rude people from before.
Prosecutor DeBest and Judge Courtney.
They thoroughly inspected my room, but left without finding a thing. It seems they were searching for the murder weapon. 'Tis a shame. They searched all the other prisoner cells too, not just mine. Yet they were still unable to find anything. All that hard work was for naught.
Prison investigation. Okay.
This is quite a problem. What should we do?
Someone's testimony alone won't hold up. In order to confront him, we'll need evidence.
Now, if my guest would be so kind as to leave. Right, Anubis? Show them the way out. Does this mean, what I think it means? Let's get going, Mr. Edgeworth.
We shall meet again, Dogen.
It would be a shame for a long-awaited reunion to end so soon. I'll be waiting.
I like him so far, he seems insane. March 28th, 1:12 p.m., prison hallway. Now then, we still need to find that moto weapon.
Mr. Edgeworth!
Yep. She went all the way up there. It's fine now, Kay. Come down from there. Where's Mr. Shields?
Beats me. He just took off, running like death was after him.
Good grief, that man.
What should we do now, Mr. Edgeworth?
We'll continue investigating. First, we should start by solving that one mystery. Knightley's body was found in a workroom inside the prison. However, he was supposed to be in the detention center's holding cell. How did he get to the prison under such tight security? Let's go investigate the holding cell at the detention center.
That was what that was where Mr. Knightley was held, right? But what about Uncle Ray?
Let's just leave him be for now.
I thought we were supposed to be his assistants, though.
The victim's cell in the detention center was this way.
Let's check it out, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, this is truly just dreadful.
What happened?
Oh, this is truly just dreadful.
As the one, Miss Rowland, she must have come from behind that no entry sign. So we still won't talk? Even after all the trouble you went through to get the evidence transferred to the precinct?
That's right. I don't know how many times I've tried. I can't report back empty-handed.
Assassin sure is one tough cookie, huh?
Did he just say assassin? Oh my!
Pardon me, but were you talking about Sir and Dogen just now? Oh, eavesdropping, were you? You naughty boy. Did you question him personally, Warden Rowland?
Not just him. I tried to have heart-to-heart with all prisoners and suspects. In my home, we're all family here. It's only fair I invite them to my warden's office.
The warden's office?
Oh, have you taken an interest in my room as well? It's just down this hallway, but outsiders are not allowed past this point.
Down the hallway, so around there.
Hoo, it's such a lovely room. People do so enjoy being invited back there. I always show them this splendid view of my precious courtyard. This courtyard filled of this animal-filled prison. I'd sure love... Oh, the courtyard of this animal-filled prison. I'd sure love to see it. I'm delighted that you want to see it. However, I cannot invite you. What? You're not the child of our home. If you want to come to my room, you'll have to be convicted first.
That's a rather high hurdle to clear.
Goodness me. Look at how long we've been talking. I was just about to feed Allie her lunch.
Allie?
She is my favorite little angel. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must be off to the courtyard. Toodaloo!
I never got a chance to ask her about Dogen. Well, let's head over to Knightley's cell. Oh my god, we're still going? I don't have this much energy left, man. This is the victim's cell.
When did Mr. Knightley arrive in here again?
It was after the president's welcoming ceremony on the night of the March 25th. So when and how did he move over to the prison? There might be some evidence left that can answer that.
Alright, let's get cracking, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh my god. Okay, well, I might end up adding this to the episode afterwards, but current me is too tired to keep playing this game, so, alright, future Zach here, it's the day later, and, well, let's go. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Let's look this over. It's Horace Knightley's suit.
According to the results of my investigation...
What did you find out?
A man who looks good in a suit leaves a more favorable impression with the ladies. Next time I'll investigate men who look good in frills.
Please don't bother. Is that... no.
This newspaper. It's missing a few pages.
They appear to be torn out.
Okay. Why would someone tear out the pages from a newspaper?
Maybe they used it to clean the cell instead of a rag?
Clean the cell? It's quite possible. What about this pillow? This looks like an uncomfortable bed to sleep on, but the pillow covers are clean, not a speck of dust on them.
Is this what the bed at Gummy's place looks like as well?
No, my hunch is correct. He has an old beat-up mattress lying around in his room. Oh, what's this? Something seems off.
The floor here is clean. Was it mopped recently?
Oh. Seems strange that only the area in front of the bed has been wiped clean. Okay, so maybe we can say the pieces of thing and then floor wipe clean. Oh, there's no music, so I think, yeah. The floor is clean. It was probably wiped down with something.
Did someone spill grape juice here?
I don't know exactly what was wiped away, but I can imagine what was used to wipe it. It's very likely it was this torn up newspaper.
Couldn't he have asked one of the guards if he could borrow a cleaning rag?
Perhaps it was something he didn't want the guards to see. Huh, okay. It's definitely interesting. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny.
There's something on the desk.
It seems to be some kind of memo. Let me take a closer look. I don't know how to say it. There we go. This chess notation, I've seen it before.
You're still thinking about chess. Focus on the investigation. Focus!
Chess is quite important to this investigation. Okay, have a look at this.
Are these chess pieces from Dogen's cell? I don't know much about the rules of chess.
The rules of chess are not important here. Look at the positions of the chess pieces in this memo and the pieces in Dogen's cell. Did you notice anything?
I don't know anything about the different chess pieces. But if you flip the board around, the positions of chess pieces are completely the same.
Yes, although the memo doesn't include the Cerberus chess piece. The position of the other chess pieces are identical.
What's going on here? I always play correspondence chess.
This might be hard to believe, but Dogen's chess opponent was...
Are you saying he was playing against Mr. Knightley?
With this, we now have the evidence to link Dogen with the victim.
Nice, alright. Well, that was a good thing.
The reflection in the mirror.
It's a security camera. A great thief's arch enemy. I guess they don't take too kindly to thieves here.
There's no reason for a detention center to be kind to thieves. God! I would like you to check the footage of the security camera. If you find any problems, report to me at once. Understood, sir! Oh! That was a fast investigation. So this is what our investigation turned up. It seems we found a major connection between the victim and Dogen. But this is terrible! What happened? The security camera recorded something terrible! What? Can you let me see it? Of course, sir. I have a portable playback device right here. Then let me see it right away. Oh, what's gonna happen? Oh.
This black thing has got to be that doggy, right?
Up until this point, I thought the murder took place inside the prison, but it appears I was mistaken. The place where Knightley was attacked was his own detention cell. Where is it? The holding cell. It was the detention center. And furthermore, he was attacked by Dogen's dog. This is the decisive evidence. Boom. If Knightley was killed in this room, then this piece of evidence we found in the cell takes on a new meaning. Which piece of evidence takes on a new meaning if the murder occurred in the holding cell? For some reason, someone wiped the floor clean. It's possible they were wiping away bloodstains. Thank you for your hard work. While I have your attention, may I ask for one more favor? What would that be?
There should be a detective by the name of Dick Gumshoe in the detention center or the prison. I would like you to give him a message. Tell him to check this room for traces of blood and give the results to me. Yes, sir! Wiped floor data.
You should corner that old coot.
No, not yet. We still don't know how Knightley and the dog moved from here to the prison.
That's true, but once we figure that out, where should we check out next, Mr. Edgeworth?
The guards here might know something about the murder. Let's see if we can learn any new details from them. March 28th, 2:15 p.m. Detention Center. Hallway. That's it. Okay.
Alright, let's continue our...
Oh my god, Detective Lang! Oh, sorry to intrude.
Yo!
Yes, I'm so happy you came back. Well, if it isn't Mr. Prosecutor and the little lady, fancy meeting you here. This man is Shilong Lang, an Interpol agent. About 2 weeks ago, he was in charge of investigating one of my cases. I would have thought he'd returned to his native country of Zhangfa by now. Agent Lang, what brings you here? Just some boring work, nothing you need to know about.
On top of a black dog, we meet a black wolf. Huh? You came alone today, Agent Lang?
Usually, he'd have a huge police force with him. Mr. Prosecutor, seems you've been busy these past few days. These past few days? Is he referring to the incident with the Zhangfa president? I would have thought you'd be involved in his security too. Ha! A president doesn't even trust his own country's police force. Look at the results of hiring a private security company. It's laughable. Agent Lang doesn't trust prosecutors or the courts. That's why. He brings along a large force of capable policemen to thoroughly investigate the crime scene. Yes, if you and your subordinates had been there, the results might have been different. My subordinates, huh? They're no longer with me. They're not with you? Funny, looks like I'm a real lone wolf now. Agent Lang, just what happened exactly? Didn't I tell you? It's nothing you need to know about. Well, be seeing you, Mr. Prosecutor.
Mr. Lang, I wonder what happened.
Yes, it troubles me too, but there's nothing we can do about it for now. Okay, let us continue with our own investigation.
Got it. First, let's ask those guards a few questions.
You there, have you seen a black dog around here? Oh, of course not. If I had actually seen it, I wouldn't be standing around here so carefree.
Did something happen with that doggy?
Okay, let's not press this matter any further. So Dawkins' dog didn't come by the detention center. This is a difficult case. What's wrong? Is something troubling you? Sir, one of my uniforms has gone missing, but I'm certain I placed it in this locker.
Maybe the uniform grew legs and walked off somewhere.
What kind of logic is that?
In any case, I wish you the best in your search. I'll be rooting for you.
Yes, thank you for your support. Oh, okay, stolen uniform. Oh.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, there you are. Mr. Shields, where'd you go? Where indeed? I've been searching for you guys this whole time. Walking all around the prison is hard work, you know?
That's strange, seeing as you came from the opposite direction.
I've got some new information. You want to hear it? Do you? He should have changed the subject quickly. I heard a little something from the guards. Seems Knightley caused a bit of an incident 2 days ago. An incident? You know, Simon said he came to visit Knightley, right? After the visit, when Knightley returned to his cell, naturally, a guard escorted Knightley back to his cell. While the guard was unlocking his handcuffs, all of a sudden, Knightley struck the guard and knocked him out. It seems he was going to attempt a jailbreak. By the time the other guards arrived, the key to his cell had disappeared. But there's been no reports of Knightley's jailbreak attempt 2 days ago. Exactly. It's strange, isn't it? Right up until his death, he was still in his cell. What's more, Knightley claimed he never stole the key in the first place. In fact, they searched his cell and the key was nowhere to be found. Did the guard who was struck have anything to say? No one knows. He was taken to the hospital while he was still unconscious. He's still there now, it seems. So, in the end, we still don't know what happened. Huh. That's strange. It's you. That voice. Is it the best? Yeah.
It's you! What are you still doing hanging around here?
Well, you see, this is my assistant.
Are you here to object our investigation and make me into a laughingstock?
Sebastian, I believe obstruct is the word you're looking for. In a way, I think his expression was apt. Pleasure meeting you again, Judge Courtney. I know. You are Simon Key's defense attorney, are you not? Well then, let's skip the formalities and celebrate our happy reunion with a hug. Or maybe not. Incidentally, I heard you mention an assistant a moment ago.
Yeah, we're assistants at the Edgeworth law offices.
Prosecutors are civil servants. To open a side business is to betray the goddess of law. As long as profit is not our objective, there shouldn't be a problem, right? Yeah, that's it. Miles here is a volunteer worker. The purpose of my office isn't to make money. We're pro bono. What a wonderful heart you have, defending others without demanding payment. I do have an amazing charitable heart. More importantly, I'd like you to explain your reasons for arresting Simon Keyes. There's no need to.
Is that a challenge against me?
No, I was speaking with Judge Courtney.
I guess it can't be helped. If you want to take on the best, you'll fall like the rest.
I haven't said anything yet, but this is convenient. Then I will hear you out. What were your reasons for arresting Mr. Keyes? I see no need to inform you. Sebastian, let us...
Just watch, Justine. Watch as I run around in circles against this useless prosecutor.
I think you mean run circles around me.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Prepare yourself, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, that was a bit of lag. That's okay.
So you want to know my reasons for arresting that man? The answer is simple. Yes, we found traces of that guy over there. How's that? Perfectly simple, perfectly decisive, right? Of course, I was the first to notice it because I'm the best.
How am I supposed to go about pressing that?
How's that? Got nothing to say? Speechless in my presence?
Oh, this guy sure talks a lot. So, you're the one who arrested Mr. Keyes, I take it? Mr. DeBest, do you have the right to do such a thing?
Well, obviously it was the police who carried out the arrest. But since it was under my direction, shouldn't it also count as my arrest?
As I expected, it'd be difficult to deal with both of them at the same time. However, her silence is troubling me. Just what is she thinking? Reasons for arrest. Rebuttal.
So you want to know my reasons? We found traces of that guy over there.
That guy over there? That's certainly vague.
Well, don't they say, the best hears one thing and understands 10?
I'm just being lazy. Explain it more clearly.
Sebastian, if it's alright with you, would you please explain it to them in more detail? I'm sure that everyone wants to hear what you have to say. Alright, if you insist, Justine. We discovered that. Perhaps you didn't know, but the victim carried a chessboard with him. From it, we found that suspect Simon Keyes' fingerprints.
Well done, Sebastian. I bless you on behalf of the goddess of law. Please amend your testimony. Are you all right with that, Prosecutor Edgeworth? Yes. The victim carried a chessboard. From it, we found Simon Keyes' fingerprints. We're gonna say, well, of course. Okay, cool. I was like, well, no duh. Fingerprints found on the chessboard. Is that the ace up your sleeve?
Ace in my sleeve? Oh, ace up my sleeve? Yes, the methods I use are always the best. The ace is my trump card.
Well then, allow me to show you that it is not in fact a trump card at all. Simon Keyes was the one who sent this chessboard to the victim in the first place. So, it's only natural some of his prints would be left on it.
Ah!
That took way too long. These fingerprints are hardly decisive evidence. Perhaps your arrest was a little too rash.
Rash.
To begin with, This incident occurred in the detention center and the prison. To suspect Simon just because he isn't a prisoner or a god is a little unreasonable.
Ah.
What? What's with him all of a sudden?
I finally get what you're trying to say. Rash. You mean we were too quick to arrest the guy, right?
He was stuck on that?
Sure, I was the first to lay eyes on him. And I was the first to notice the evidence. That was even faster. But I am not Rash. Sure, Simon Keys isn't a guard or a prisoner, but...
Sebastian. Judge Courtney.
What are you doing, Justine? Don't butt in like that.
Pardon me, Sebastian. Yes, your words on the suspect are very interesting. However, shouldn't you get to the best part first?
The best part?
How'd you tell them? How about your wonderful reasoning regarding the murder weapon?
Good one, Justine. Nice suggestion. Mr. Edgeworth, listen to my first-rate reasoning.
Will this reasoning explain why you arrested Mr. Keys?
I'm sure it will meet your expectations.
Judge Courtney just changed the flow of the conversation. Just what is she planning? Murder weapon's location.
It's obvious the murder weapon was a sharp metal object. However, the prison maintains strict control over potentially lethal items, so that's why I've reasoned that the murder weapon was brought in from the outside. Yes, it was hidden inside that chessboard, and since only the victim and the suspect's fingerprints were found on the chessboard, isn't it obvious who brought and used the murder weapon?
At least it's clearer than his last testimony.
It's the best reasoning you can get from Prosecutor the Best. How do you like that?
Now he's mixing up the best with his own name.
But could someone really hide a weapon inside a gift sent to a prisoner? You'll find a good place if you examine the inside of the chessboard.
Inside the chessboard? Is there some place to hide a weapon? As I thought, there are only chess pieces inside.
Wow, what an annoying laugh.
Yeah, I'll start doing that. Inside the chessboard, huh? Perhaps I should examine a bit further. Ah, this is... The top panel is removable.
It's quite deep.
Yes, there's more than enough room to hide a small knife.
Understand now? This is how the culprit smuggled in the... Huh? What's with the humph? I wasn't even finished!
Mr. De Best, there is something you have forgotten. There's a gate at the entrance to the detention center.
Eh? Well, there is, but...
He means the security gates with the metal detectors, Sebastian. We had to pass through the same check when we entered the prison, remember?
Yeah, that's it. I remember now.
Looks like he completely forgot. It would be impossible to smuggle a sharp metal object into the detention center. Therefore, your reasoning never held, even from the very beginning.
That gate is only used on people. In other words, packages sent to the detention center undergo a simple check.
So they don't use a metal detector for that.
This never should have happened.
It seems the guards were too careless. Huh, okay. Oh, security indeed. Okay.
Right, Justine. Thanks for the assist.
You're welcome.
Now then, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Your cross-examination, if you please.
Cross-examination? It's as if we were in the courtroom. Very well. His reasoning. Let's see how long it will hold up under pressure. Rain it down on me. Rain it down on you. No man else won't. No weapon was found at the crime scene, not even inside the chessboard. So where did the murder weapon disappear to? I'd like to hear your answer to that.
That's... well, after the crime, the culprit must have hidden it somewhere in the prison.
Is there a problem with the statement De Best just made? There is a problem. The murder weapon is hidden inside the prison? I don't think so. It's clear from this piece of evidence, which shows that the murder weapon can't be inside the prison. Oh. Really, Zach? I don't know how I didn't remember that. Oh, you're a fool. Have you completely forgotten your own actions? You, along with Warden Roland, conducted a search of the prison, but you did not find the murder weapon, right?
Oh. That's... We must have overlooked something. This guy just completely contradicted himself.
Carried out such a sloppy investigation, I'm amazed that you call yourself the best.
Are you mocking me?
Whoa.
Sebastian, please calm yourself. Don't get caught up in the opponent's pace. I'm fine, Justine. Did you really think the best prosecutor would be shaken by someone miles behind him?
I wish you'd stop messing around with other people's names.
Oh, in that case, Kay Faraday is far ahead.
Kay, don't you get caught up in this too.
Yes. If my best investigation didn't find anything, then there must not have been a single weapon in the prison. In that case, there's only one possibility. The criminal must have taken the murder weapon with him when he left the prison. So it's only natural we didn't find it in there. Yeah.
There was no way the culprit could have brought the weapon out of the prison. And this piece of evidence shows why. Have you completely forgotten your own testimony?
You, that's twice you've insulted me.
Oh, it seems you remembered what you remember what I said earlier, but you do well to remember further than that.
What is that? This guy, he really doesn't remember anything.
It seems that way. The detention center and the prison are equipped with security gates. Anyone leaving must pass through these gates. Gates equipped with metal detectors.
Ah, that's what you... Looks like he remembers now.
Yes, there's no way someone could have brought the murder weapon through these gates. And so the criminal could not have taken it out of the prison either.
Ah! So then, Prosecutor Edgeworth, do you know where this murder weapon went to?
Perhaps the weapon is still inside the prison?
But we couldn't find it anywhere in the prison.
The reason you didn't find it is because you believed it to be a sharp metal object.
We saw at the very moment when Mr. Knightley was attacked, after all. If you can say that much, then perhaps you can enlighten us. What would you say is the murder weapon in this case?
From this piece of evidence, the murder weapon in this case becomes obvious. Okay, so we can't say the dog, but we're gonna say the videotape. Here is footage from a security camera. It shows one of the cells in the detention center. See it with your own eyes. Ooh, I like this track.
What? It can't be!
This tape clearly shows the moment the victim was attacked by a black dog. I believe this is sufficient proof, wouldn't you say?
Indeed, this is vital evidence.
Horace Knightley was killed in the detention center by that dog. After that, the body was moved to the prison workroom. A witness claims to have seen a dog in the workroom when the body was found. Of course, a dog couldn't have planned this crime on its own. However, there is someone who could have.
That's enough, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
Judge Courtney.
It's true this camera footage is vital evidence. However, there is something else you must prove. Actually, you've already noticed it, haven't you?
It's just as she says. There is still a huge flaw in my reasoning.
That black dog is a prisoner's pet. How was it able to move between the detention center and prison? Ah! What will we do, Mr. Edgeworth?
I still don't know how the dog managed to move from one place to the other.
I knew it. What? You're one to talk. You don't know either. If you do not solve this mystery, I'm afraid I cannot accept your logic. If this was a real courtroom, I would call for a recess now.
Well, wait! I'm not finished yet!
Court has been adjourned. Leave at once.
This isn't a courtroom.
Well then, as I said, court is adjourned.
I can't prove my argument, but isn't it the same case with Mr. Keyes?
Whatever do you mean?
Just as I don't know how the dog entered the detention center, you also don't know how Simon Keyes entered the detention center and prison. Although he came to visit the victim, he was an outsider to the prison. Don't you think it would be difficult for him to commit a crime inside the prison? Judge Courtney, now the burden of proof lies with you. Show us evidence that Simon Keyes entered the prison.
You want me to present evidence? I'm happy to oblige.
What? Does she really have evidence?
It's about time I told you. Now that I know the basis of your reasoning, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
What is she thinking?
Seems you don't even know Simon Keyes' real occupation. He's a circus performer.
A circus performer?
Yes, have you ever heard of the Berry Big
What? Berry Big Circus? Circus. Ah!
But of course, yesterday was the day that wouldn't miss for the world.
Wouldn't have missed for the world. Did you have some kind of important meeting?
Oh heavens no, I despise meetings. It was animal show, of course. It seems you've realized. On the day of the incident, an animal show was being performed at the prison. And the show was put on by the Berry Big Circus. So then, do you mean Simon Keyes entered the prison as a staff member of the animal show? That we know for a fact.
Ugh. This woman, she's been concealing this fact the whole time. She only planned to reveal it after hearing my reasoning. Come to think of it.
What are you doing, Justine? Don't butt in like that. Pardon me, Sebastian. Yes, your words on the suspect are very interesting. However, shouldn't you get to the best part first?
Mr. DeBest was going to say it then, but she stopped him.
How do you like that, worthless prosecutor?
You didn't do anything.
Well then, now it really is time for a recess. I'll end with some advice. I had already doubted your abilities as a prosecutor, which is why I relieved you of your authority. You'd best not forget that.
What are you trying to say?
The PIC can still take away your badge. If you value your badge, I'd advise you not to show your face before me again.
Is that a threat?
The goddess of law is merciful, but that doesn't mean you can get away with everything. And one more thing. I must digress. I suggest you stop with this defense attorney act.
That's none of your concern. I don't intend to abandon a case I'm involved in so easily.
For defense attorneys, a relationship of mutual trust with their client is vital. It is very difficult from the way of the prosecutor. In any case, you didn't even know about your client's occupation. Well then, I must be going. May the blessings of the goddess of law be upon you. Did Simon lie to us?
Seems he lied to Uncle Ray too. This complicates matters. Why'd he do that? Hey, Miles! Don't tell me you've got cold feet already. Courtney buys quite a handful. Giving up is still uncool. The defense attorney's creed is to never give up. Remember, you're my assistant. Of course, I don't plan on giving up either. It's just... my theory that he couldn't enter the prison no longer holds. Looks like we'll have to investigate once more. Oh, to be continued. There we go. Wow, that was a long little bit right there, but it's okay. Hopefully I'll be able to cut this down into a reasonably sized episode, but I'm going to end today's episode here for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all the fun stuff. Stick around to see more of this awesome game. We'll be playing it till the end. We might be finishing this case next episode, but it depends on how long end part 1 goes on, but yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Peace out!